What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing out there tonight? Welcome to a extra edition of Real Talk for Real Men. This is going to be part of my new segment to try to bring new content to the audience. And so this is going to be called Real Talk. What's up? And basically, I'm going to have a single guest on, and we're going to discuss a current event topic. And so this is where I invite you guys to tune in the comments section, come on board, and just let us know what you think. So we're going to be covering a variety of different topics as it relates to real talk. The lane that I flow in is how it deals with relationships, men and women, and how we get along. And so tonight's topic, we're going to be talking about something current. It's got legs. It's all over the place. And before I get to that, I want to bring in my guest for tonight. And this is my man, LaWade. How you doing out there, LaWade?
I'm well, sir. How you doing today?
That's what's up, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm living, man. I'm living. I was just finishing off my show with my man, Lawrence Sanders, Be the People. Silent Pub, every Tuesdays, 7 Central Time, 8 Eastern Time. Holla at us. Talk about the political matters that hit the world. We educate the people. Talented.
Absolutely. So thank you for being my first guest on Real Talk. What's up?
Anytime.
And so this is part of us both trying to grow our channels. That pod's out there big enough for everybody. And as you guys see out here, I'm gonna have one single guest. We're gonna talk about something that's current. And so tonight, let's get it cracking. In case you've been hiding under a rock. I'm pretty sure everybody know the name Derrick Jaxn. In case you don't know who Derrick Jaxn is, this is a guy that has quite a following, to be honest with you. In many respects, he's probably the it guy when it comes to relationship expertise and guru. Women look up to him for expert advice. He's written books. He's got videos. He's running a very successful enterprise there. And his empire is built primarily off of the fact that he talks about being, a good husband, upstanding, how to be in a good, solid marriage, things of that nature. And so this is his brand, and like anything else, you are your brand, and when you're dealing with something, as delicate as telling people, how they should be in terms of relationships, especially a marriage, the goal is to be above reproach. And so what has happened, over these last couple of weeks, just to bring you guys up to speed, apparently, Mr. Jaxn is not all that he cracks up to be.
You don't say. No.
Surprise. So apparently, on this YouTuber Tasha K pretty much put him on blast. That a young woman came forward with receipts, as they say, and basically said, hey, this guy's not all he's cracked up to be. And so, hey, I've been having an ongoing affair with him. We're not talking about some innocent fling. I just been in the man's house in his bed where he sleep with his wife. So before I even get any further, LaWade, what you think about this situation?
All right. So I was talking to so first off, right? I'll say first and foremost, the reason why I wanted to come on this show was not to defend this brother, but as a case that we have spilled the same blood. What does that mean? Him and I have attended the same university, the historical HBCU. Not saying the names. If y'all want to see it,
okay,
see it, right?
Okay.
So, I'm gonna shout them out. Just know that group of people trained on my university's campus. They slept on my university campus. They trained, and they never got shut down in World War. So let's put it like that. So if you know where that's at, I'll let me. But nonetheless, right? So to answer your question, what I think about it. So high level, I'm gonna just hit this home run off. I'm not even gonna play small ball. I'm just gonna hit it off the park. I don't even blame. I blame Derrick Jaxn for the way that he moved. Right. You talk about, you talk from your car seat. I don't care where you talk from, but you talk from your car seat, and you're like, yo, if a man doesn't do this for you, he equals that. He is that. So his equations were off, right? He had multiple variables. As anybody knows, you can't solve an equation with multiple variables. But the thing about it that I blame the people. that fed him, right? I
Mm,
blame it is the people who listened to him that fed and created this monster. And so when this monster turns his back on you and destroys you, you're like, what happened?
right.
If y'all just listen, y'all, he was a human. Y'all put that human on a pedestal, and then that pedestal got a little bit too heavy for my man. Number two, the way my man was moving. Okay, so I don't appreciate the fact that, and before everybody can come with me, I want the fire. It's like whatever, right? The thing about it is, I've done my crimes, I've done my time, whatever. But one thing I never did was I never brought somebody into the bed of my lover. You know, that is your wife, bro. Like you brought this chick into your
Violation.
bed. That is a violation.
Ultimate violation.
That is a disrespect. And I'm sure
Ultimate
we'll talk about it
violation.
more when we talk about these videos. But it is, you brought this shorty into your bed, right?
If it's true, that's the
Correct.
ultimate no violation. Your man code is violated at that point. All the men out here know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Welcome Kendrick, Lamar, Kennard. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We all men, you know, y'all know what it is. You know, I've been married before, been in relationships before, so I appreciate that point you bring up, the way that I've always said, you know, you don't crap where you eat.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the ultimate man code where, okay, if you got to do your dirt, you don't bring it to the house. You don't bring the jump off to the house in the bed.
Right, exactly, my guy. Here's a home run hitter, right? Here's another home run hitter for me. It's a grand slam. How you talk about giving the women the answers to the test and you fail it yourself? You giving the answers. A man does this. If he does this. Yo, my guy, you have the manual right in front of you. You spitting this manual. Was you going to another cheat sheet that you like, yo, I don't believe this. So you talking all this nonsense, you couldn't even move better? You couldn't move in a room full of vultures?
Absolutely.
Your G and lasagna must have pronounced the G in your lasagna, huh?
Partner. But I'm gonna say this, but I'm gonna come at it and from another perspective, because you made a good point at the very beginning where you said that you blame the people for putting them on that pedestal.
Absolutely.
Let's go back, whatever, 10, 15 years ago when Steve Harvey was first really hitting the scene real hard, you know, and he came out with a book, you know, and a movement. It turns into a movement.
It did.
You know, act like a man, act like a woman, think like a man.
Yeah.
And it took off. And for all intents and purposes, it launched him into a whole nother realm of being some kind of relationship expert as well. Movies was made behind that, you know, as well. So to your point, people believe what they want to believe. My thing is, I fundamentally believe people like having their ears tickled. And what I'm about to say next really made, like you said, bring the heat. Women, I love y'all. I love y'all to death. But you believe what you want to believe. And that's the beauty of the hard sell. There's many dudes out there that move in the same way he moved. Granted, he's a nice looking brother, clearly coming from an educated HBCU, got some charm or whatever. Now, I'm not a woman, so I don't see what y'all see, but he made you want to believe in a lie. And I've talked about this many times. When it comes to women, I hate to say this sometimes, a lot of women love to live inside the lie. Even when the dude is running down the hall with his wang swinging, he's still able to say, baby, it wasn't me. That wasn't me in the bedroom. And so people, and when I say people, I'm talking in particular about women. Women put this man on that pedestal because you wanted to believe in the lie that somewhere out there he had all of the answers and he was perfect. And oh my God, look at what he's doing. And that's the very reason why so many women fall in love with the fairy tale dream of the Megans and whatnot, because you're looking for that knight in shining armor to come ride your way into a fairy tale land. And then when that bubble is burst, because you discover he's just a man. Now, this is all allegedly, but from what it looks like, she had some receipts. And now that the bubble is burst, oh my God, all of a sudden now the tide is turning. And so, comedies used to say Oprah proved that for years women used to listen to Oprah tell them what a good man was. Thank you, my brother. And this is coming from a woman who's never been married, who has relationship issues herself, but yet millions of women willing to follow, because I firmly believe a lot of women like to live inside the line. I hate to just tell you that's what it is. Go ahead, my brother.
So with Oprah, right? So hit on a couple things you said. With Oprah, moving backwards, she was a powerful woman, rich, self-made, intellectual, articulate, right? Had a man on a string.
Yes, sir.
I had a partner. I had a life partner, right? Oh, y'all together? He's a life partner. Like, he don't run me. He don't run this.
Yes,
this
sir.
Money ain't here. He don't got this money right here. And you know what? That man played that part. Stedman played that part where he was like, yeah, I mean, I guess. There was men in there that was like, yo, he a punk. And there was other men that was like, oh, I mean, play your role, brother. Play your everybody
when
can't be a starter.
There you go.
Everybody can't be a starter. Everybody got to play the bench. You know, got to come off the bench.
Absolutely.
And then here's what Derrick Jaxn did, right? I don't know this brother personally. Even though we went to the same school, he came in after me. Let me just run down what exactly he did, because I've done the same thing before. Hell, it's easy, and I'm just gonna tell you, if the ladies are listening to this, I'm gonna get you out of this to the test. What he did was he hit on your psychosis, right? He hit on your psychosis. He saw the weakness inside of you. He saw that little armor. He saw a hole in your armor, and he attacked it. What does that mean? Okay, you can easily identify a woman that has self-esteem issues, and if you don't identify a woman that has self-esteem issues, here's how you can break her down. Oh, tell me about yourself. And then while she's talking and talking and talking, the best thing I'll ever learn is somebody will continuously tell you the answers on a topic that they love, right? And as they hey, tell me what you do. What's your name? Tell me about yourself. And all you got to do is shut up. All you got to do is listen, because then a woman will say, oh my God, you're a phenomenal listener. How do I know this? Because I was told I'm a phenomenal listener. All I had to do was, yep. All I'm doing in my head is I'm paying attention to you. I'm coming in and out of the conversation, but I'm just like, oh, word. Tell me about this. Tell me about yourself more, right? And then now, so when I find out that little hole in your armor, nah, I'll never do that to you, baby. I never do that to you. Nah, you need a man that's going to. You know what? You know, John. What's his name? Who was your ex-boyfriend? His name was David. Jimmy. No, his name was David. I said Johnny. It doesn't matter what his name is, because he's lost you. Let me have the opportunity to do it.
Yes, sir. Yes,
easy,
sir.
Right?
Yes,
Easy,
sir.
smooth. Beard and all, baby. Beard and all.
Yes, sir.
Smooth face.
Hey, the devil don't have to change his tricks. That's why he's the devil. You feel me?
Man, the greatest. What do you say? The greatest illusion the devil ever did
is convincing people that he doesn't exist.
And I'm telling you, that devil is in that detail. And the fact is that y'all let that man hit y'all armor like that, and y'all was like, oh my God. All he had to do was ring that bell one time. And that, and all the music.
As Eddie Murphy said.
Right.
Which brings me to, let's get to this, the second part of this nitty gritty. And so, Shafana, I appreciate your point, sweetheart. She said, look, what works for one relationship might not work for yours. She said, that's why I don't believe people should be giving out relationship advice. Shafana, you so right. But here's the caveat.
I can't see the comments. I can't see the comments. I want to see the comments.
Oh my God.
I want to see the comments, because I disagree with her, right? Because there's that, because you know what? What you don't think that it's going to work for you, there's that little layer. Like, you may not like peanut butter and jelly, but I'm going to go, that jelly may be that Target brand, right? Chef Sahana playing spices, right? But I'm gonna throw that organic jelly on it. What's that organic jelly, right? Even though I know you from Philly. Hey, how you doing, sweetheart? What's going on, chef? Oh, you cook too. I cook. What are we talking about, right? And I'm gonna just find something to hit on you, right? And that's what it is. He is just throwing that ding with 3.7 million followers. My man was hitting on bells.
Ridiculous. And Shavana, here's the thing about that. Even though I have a saying that I've always said, a person is smart, but people are very stupid. So, Shavana, while you're able to maybe individually be able to see through the clouds, relationship experts is a multi-million-dollar business.
Yes.
I'm gonna repeat that. There are people out there who are writing books making how-to videos. And these are people who are in the most screwed up relationships, can't get a woman, can't get a man. Every time you in a grocery store and you pass the newsstand and the magazine says 10 steps how to get a man. In all likelihood, this is being written by somebody who really don't have a clue about how to get a man. But the business of saying you're a relationship expert is huge. And so, as LeWade just alluded to, 3.4 million people looking up to him because he's hitting that button to make you believe what you want to believe. So I'm going to ask a simple question, and then I'm going to play a quick video because I want Derrick to speak for himself. The question that I'm asking is, do you believe him? Because he's come out now and said that, yes, he did something inappropriate, so to speak, but he never actually slept with the woman. And he has his wife's support with this. Yeah. So I'm going to play a quick clip because I want you guys to read the body language. And then after we play this, we're going to discuss whether or not you believe it's true or not.
But, you know, a lot has been said already about what was the cause and all that other stuff. Some of it is true. Some of it is completely false. But the truth is, and I'm saying it here now, is that Derrick Jaxn was involved with other women outside the marriage. And by involved, I want to be clear, I'm not talking about just casually kicking it, maybe a lunch or something like that. I'm talking about as serious as sex, to sexual flirtation and meeting up and that kind of thing. And some things that otherwise may be considered okay by some in terms of like just chatting or checking on people or being checked on by people that I've had a previous encounter with. But without my wife's knowledge of it and with us having a sexual history, all of it falls under the umbrella of inappropriate, cheating, affair, stepping out. Definitely not in alignment with the vows that I took, and definitely not in alignment with the biblical standard of what it means to be faithful, which is the standard that I'm going by now. Now, I'm saying this publicly, not because I'm, you know, married to you guys. First and foremost,
Okay. There is so much to unpack in just that quick minute and a half clip. Where do we begin? What's up, Vernon? But LeWade, when you watched that, I know you probably seen the entire interview where he held his wife's hand. And he went into great detail about his background, and even he did a video before that talking about actual dates. And then his wife even spoke, and she lovingly looked at him many times, and they stand as a united front. Let's talk about truth. What do you get from that?
All right. So first off, baby sister 2 is also from the same university. So here we go. I don't know who's on his team. Out of 3.4 million, 3.7 million, not one person on that squad said, yo, let me be a PR rep. First off, my guy, let's go with appearance, right? Let's go with him first, and then we're going to go with her first.
Yes, sir.
Him first, right? I understand you're a muscular dude. You don't show that off, right? You don't show off your muscular physique. You shirt, tie, sweat. I understand we're in springtime. Something that kind of like you got broad shoulders, cool. You sit upright, okay? You sitting on a couch, your couch is showing that you are comfortable. You sit down in the chair. Andrew Gillum, right? Number one. Her, she came down in a bonnet, right? And I know everybody is talking about that. So here's the thing about it, right? When you got your women coming down in a bonnet, right? So what does the bonnet mean for the ladies? The ladies means that you about to go to bed. Your day is over. You about to shut down. You don't care what goes on. You could be intimate with the bonnet on. Boom. What does that give off to me? I don't care, right? That's what that comes off to me as. I don't care. I'm just whatever. They could do the whole hands. They could do the blinking. They could do the looking, all of that. But it was just the appearance. If he really loved her the way that he said that he loved her, she would have been the flyest thing out there, right? Number 2, that would have been done. I don't forget what time that was done, but that would have been done middle of the day like it was today. But she would have been fly, right? I mean, he was shaved up, right? But she, or maybe it was done at night. I forgot. I don't really care. But she had the bonnet on. She came off like she doesn't care, right? Number 2, y'all say y'all got kids. Perform. You gonna have the kids with you, right? And you gonna tell them, yo, I made a mistake. I almost destroyed my family. I'm letting y'all see that this hurts my family, right? But when you got your woman there looking like that, it comes across like you narcissistic, like you don't care, right? You don't care about her feelings. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna throw something out here, right? I'm gonna see if you're going. And I was talking to somebody I very much respect and love very deep. That's how, right? I'm talking to my fiance, right? Who's also from the same university. Peep gang. So I mentioned, I'm not gonna say she. I'm gonna take all the heat. So it's me, right? So the comment came across was she messing around with only females?
Ooh.
Because, and the reason for that was the way that you just have her come downstairs like that just shows that you just don't care how she looks. You care about yourself. You care about your imagery.
I hadn't considered that. that.
So what was it? All right.
And with that said, look, I'm a firm believer for my audience. You know, I'll tell my audience this. I personally don't believe there's a such thing as gay and straight anymore.
Right.
I think people like what they like when they like it.
Very true.
And so who knows what his preference is? Who knows what anybody's preference is behind closed doors? And I don't have a problem with that. You know, long as you ain't hurting animals and old people and you ain't taking it between two consenting adults, hey, do your thing. Having said that, I agree with you on appearances, but it showed to me how he's in strict survival mode, Wade. The fact that you mentioned that he didn't think enough about his own brand to say, you know what, I'm going to dress up. Vernon hit the nail on the head for me. Vernon said some old Pastor John Gray stuff. You're right, Vernon, in the sense of what he spoke, but he didn't take it far enough. If he really going to do the old pastor, because how many times we've had televangelists get caught for cheating and lying and whatnot, and LaWade, this is where you're right. He should have had somebody in his corner says that, you know what, you guys are going to show up, you're going to have on a shirt, tie, nice suit, your wife going to be fly and all get out, because the message you want to send, and you, like you say, you have the kids there, is I am a family man. And you expect y'all want to believe that I would leave all of this, but you brought your wife down looking like Marge Simpson or some shit. Excuse me. And so as I'm watching this, I'm literally thinking I cheat on her too, probably. She could be the nicest woman in the world.
There you go.
But in reality, if my man, if this dude has got over damn near 3.5 followers, clearly a decent looking brother, like you said, muscled up, articulate, and this is how you show up on camera, the message you're sending to women out there is, well, damn, I would have cheated on her too.
Right. You giving that, because a woman looks at another woman and you like, so she, well, I mean, I understand. I mean, I guess. And then you look at the other shorty and she's glammed up or whatever. And I mean, looks ain't everything, but nonetheless, right?
Holes is winning though.
Correct.
That's why we say holes is winning.
But they winning. But here's the thing, right? You should have had your woman glammed up to what it was like. You want a dude to be like, yo, you was going to leave that? That's what you was about.
Bingo.
And his woman ain't ugly, bro.
Bingo.
Right?
No, she's not ugly, but she looks homely.
Correct. She looked like she was defeated, right? And that is not, and every woman knows that when you are defeated, you are done. Right.
So let me add something, Tanita. I want you to comment on this, because where you was going, LaWade, TMM said it looks like she may have been packing her bags and he stopped her to do the video. So let's say that's true.
Right. First off, salute to her for still doing it. But if he was packing her back, so then that means that's more of a narcissist. That's more of a strike on him, because you worried about your image versus worried about your family, right? Because if you want to come out looking like a champion, well, you can't look like, you can look like a chump. But if you want to come out being humble, you don't worry about that. You don't worry about the 3-point-something million. If you want to record her packing her bags and be like, ladies, this is what a broken man does. If you want to do that, then do what you got to do, my guy. But you bringing her downstairs to do this video is like, all right, it's like some agreement, type of nonsense. Hey, babe, do this video for me. Go back, pack your bags. I'm about to bring.
That's where I want to go. That's where I want to go. So TMM, you're right. She could have very well been thinking, I'm out of here. But you know what this was about, TMM? This was about money and
Mm-hmm.
quality of life. So to LaWade's point, you know what I'm gonna say to that woman? Look, we can work this out in private. Don't you walk out on this house. You
Right.
want to keep
It's a
living this
nice looking.
comfortable
It's a
living.
nice looking. Woo, that look like a nice little house.
So I want you to sit with me, and we're gonna hold hands, and we're gonna do our best to present a united front, because our empire is at stake here. Even if you watch the full video that he did, one of the things he did that I thought was smart, he identified 3 different types of people watching this story. He said one was people who they was waiting on him to fall anyway.
Right.
He said, I'm not talking to them. 2, there's the people that think he can do no wrong, that even if he cheated, that, hey, I'm gonna follow him anyway. The audience he said that he was talking to, if you go back and watch the full video he did before his wife, he was talking to that 3rd group that didn't know what to believe. And he knew he had to give some kind of explanation, because just like a Donald Trump, just like a televangelist, it's that middle people. See, we got Democrats, we got Republicans, but they're fighting over the independents. The people in one camp or another, they don't budge. What he's fighting for within that $3.4 million is that section of people that don't know what to believe, and they needed to hear something from him. So that's where you tell your wife, look, we can work this out privately, but I need you to come on camera with me so that we can present this front and work it out. And just like any lapdog, she fell right into place and looked in his eyes, and we're working it out and things of that nature, you know. And what to me I found more despicable about his entire thing was how he brought the Bible into it, and he blamed God and all these other reasons. And then let's add the ultimate level of lie for me, where he said he was involved, but it really wasn't no sex. Now, if you look at the drama, she took pictures of his toes, and they were so close and together. And I've done this topic on my show many times about intimacy. So you ladies out there watching, the question is, what do you consider cheating? Even if he said he's telling the, even if he's telling the truth and there was no physical contact, every woman I know still considers it cheating because he gave intimacy to this woman. And so Winnie, your comment says it shows he's constantly trying to justify his actions. Absolutely. Her being dressed up makes him appear worse. So I think she should have dressed up, Winnie, but I do think that she probably was on the brink of leaving, and it's about the empire saving the money, you know. So that was my thing, and I just thought it was just despicable that he brought the Bible into it and went all the way back about this whole. Now, what was funny to me was in his apology, he could remember times and dates of every single thing about when him and his wife did this and that. But when it got to the details about whether he did the woman, that part was fuzzy.
So he knows what he did. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to save as much face as humanly possible.
Yes.
And then going back, just correct you, it's 3.4 million followers. He don't got 3.4. I don't know what his pockets is, but it's not $3.4 million. Right? It was just followers like on his IG or social media.
That's what I'm talking about. Followers,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So to the 3 people. So here's the thing, right? What he did to me reminded me what Tiger Woods did when she got caught cheating. He went out and to my sponsors, the money, right? To my family, I wasn't raised like this, but I mean, I got caught. I mean, damn, right? I wasn't raised to get caught, damn. But nonetheless, when he's talking about this 3rd level, right? So keeping in mind, this dude's reach goes all the way, like the Breakfast Club did his thing today, right? Like they brought him out, whatever, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so the thing of it, the gist of it is this guy, right? This guy, my man, talks to 3 people. So when you said that you liked it, I didn't like him addressing the three sides of people, because what it comes across as is you trying to prove something to people versus you coming on and being like, look, taking full responsibility. I did. It's you, right? Okay. You could have made so much more of a headway if you said, I did this. I take full responsibility. I don't blame the female. Well, you know, she took pictures of my feed and I was intimate with her, but I didn't have sex with her. Man, shut up. Okay, just shut up.
No, I agree with you.
I'm just be saying, like, be like, yo, My man, look.
No, I agree with you. Had he come out and just admitted it, I'm just saying I like that he identified
right.
that
He
there were
identified the
3
three
segments. That's the part I
no,
like that.
no, I get that, but I was just like, to me, it comes across as, yo, I understand you trying to save whatever you're trying to save, cool, but you gotta understand, if you want to be a money maker, you gotta save. She married her because she was pregnant. Wait, again, trying to make himself look better according to the video he's been doing. She's not okay, right? Because she's not okay, right? How do I know she's not okay? You can look into her eyes. I'm not a psychiatrist, right? But what I am know is I'm a guy, right? I'm a guy who knows how to like take a hole inside of a female's heart and use it to tie my string to it and go, right? And that's why I've done that in my past, right? I'm a charming dude. Don't look bad and all, right? Like see arrogance comes out. That's exactly how it is.
That's
okay.
What's up.
So when Donald Trump talked, I understood what Donald Trump was going, because like, I'm too could be a narcissist. Derrick Jaxn is a narcissist, right?
I respect that.
But he does not admit it. He does not say, okay, cool. He could have made, oh my gosh, like I'm sounding like I'm a marketer, but my man could have been like, look, I'm gonna take a break for a minute and then come back with his wife and kids and be like, yo, this is what we're talking about, and bring her in on it. So now the same ladies that are like, oh man, Derrick Jaxn, you're right, guys. Now they're looking at it like you coming on some Russell Sierra, right? And yeah, that's the next dude that they thinking is trash. Hoping like they would crash a woman's world if Russell Wilson was trash, right? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not a fan of Sierra for the way that she played. I even played my man, right? She played with all the bad boys. And then
you and I may have to visit this subject then, because I have a different take. But I like your style, my brother. Which brings me to my last point. To close out. As I said, this is real talk. What's up? We just having a quick little confab on this joint. But that brings me to my last point. Why does all of this matter? And Winnie, you is a perfect segue into this. My show is about relationships. It's about how we can be better to each other, how we can benefit. Like a Steve Harvey, I like to think of my show as I'm putting people up on game. Notice I said people, not women, not men, but people. I like to peel the onion back and talk about what's really going on in relationships. So to your point, Winnie, you said that he's been doing this to her for 11 years, and that, he even said he married her because she was pregnant. So what's the ultimate lesson here? Why does all of this matter? Because let's keep it funky, y'all. Derrick Jaxn doesn't mean anything to me personally.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this story because it has legs. People are talking about it. I thought, okay, well, let me bring this to my audience and put it within the confines of how we talk about things on Real Talk. So why does this all matter? So for you, Louay, why does this even matter that we're even talking about all of these aspects of the drama?
So it matters to me because I want people to stop putting humans on a pedestal, right? I want y'all to stop looking for the advice of humans. Just take what a person says to you. Take the goodness, right? Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Chef Shahana. Spicy. Yes, I want people just to take certain things, right? Just certain things, little aspects to make themselves better, but don't look at that person as the overall. Let's take a quick example. Charlamagne the God, right? I hate the way he interviews, right? Sometimes I think he panders, and sometimes he just, I hate when he interrupts like Angela Yee with his opinions, right? I don't care about your opinions all the time. But there's certain things that he says that's like, oh, okay, cool. He brought up anxiety. I was like, yeah, you know what? That is the case. Let me take a look into that. But all the stuff that he says, I don't have to listen to. You have like Derrick Jaxn. Derrick Jaxn may say something. I'll be like, oh, yeah, that's a great point. Wonderful, right? Let me tell you, going back to my first point, right? And why it matters, like not having people believe everything that somebody tells them, right? Just listen to their actions, watch their actions. Their actions and their words should always align. If their words, if they say something, if I say, baby, I'm gonna love you, but I'm not showing you I'm gonna love you, I'm not showing you I'm gonna love you, right? I'm going to be frank about it. Open communication, right? talk to me. Let me understand your love language, right? Tell me your love. If you tell me the answer to the test and I still fail, move on, right? But let me tell you one of the illest lines, and I never have to see these lines ever again. Let me tell you one of the illest lines that the two illest lines I ever learned. Number one, my first ever pickup line, right? So this is to anybody that believes I'm not charming, was, "Hey, how you doing? I think you're attractive. I want to get to know you. Can I have your phone number?" Boom, and simple, right to the point. Okay, she could say yes, she could say no. Keep it pushing, right? One of the best lines I ever learned came from a female. She said, once a woman has sex with you, right, she gives a piece of you to her. So I took that little bit of knowledge, and every girl I've told to who I eventually ended up having sex with, I can't have sex with you because having sex with you, you're giving a piece of me. You're giving a piece of yourself to me, and I'm not responsible enough to hold that much power. 3 hours later.
Hey,
boom. So simple enough, right? I don't have a boy, so I can't pass that down, right? I mean, I eventually will, but still. But nonetheless, right? It is
which your thing is leading to, for me, why it matters.
Right, and that's why it matters. Stop listening. Let the words and the actions align. Okay, let me put it to you in a real simple phase. When y'all go to work and your manager says, "Well, yeah, I'm going to give you a raise of 7%," and you're like, "Really? Nah, just kidding." Watch the actions that is given to you by man. Okay, so a title was given to man by man to separate himself from man. Just always remember that.
I love it. I love it, my brother. Why it matters for me and my audience is, I hope that watching this Derrick Jaxn situation, I hope it opens up your eyes and opens up your mind. Nobody's perfect. There is no such thing as a perfect man. No such thing as a perfect woman. Look, we like what we like when we like it. And it's okay to take good advice from somebody. You can get good advice from a homeless person, from a bum on the street, that crazy uncle that you got, and he can give you good advice. But what I hope that it matters to you listening to this whole saga as it plays out is, I hope that for you, it makes you examine your own personal life and ask yourself some hard questions. That, what do you believe? Number one. Number two, what are you willing to tolerate? Because when you look at this situation in its entirety, here's a guy that's made a living on telling you how to be perfect in a relationship, and you're finding out what we all know. There is no such thing as a perfect relationship. Relationships require work, effort, and continual feeding. Oh, and by the way, a real talk truth is, interspersed in those relationships, there is some cheating. It happens, not just on the male's perspective, but even with female perspective. And so stop putting people on pedestals. If you want to tune in to Derrick Jaxn because he has some advice that maybe could help you, let me say this to you guys out there. Think of Derrick Jaxn, think of any so-called relationship expert as a grocery store. When you go to Walmart or Kroger's or wherever you do your grocery shopping, you don't go in there to buy the whole damn store. You go in there to get whatever you need. Before you left your house, you know what your pantry, refrigerator, your cabinets, they needed. You need milk, bread, whatever you cooking at night. Go to these people and buy from them whatever you need in that moment. Don't buy it all. Everything that somebody's selling you is not everything you need. And why it matters is, if you follow that rule, you'll assure yourself that, you know what, I'm picking what works best for me and what's going to help my relationship grow. But always keep your eyes open. That's, for me, what I hope it matters. So I'm read a couple of comments and then I'm gonna have some final thoughts. Winnie, you said your show matters because as more homes have less, make guidance. Someone needs to let boys and girls know male's point of view so we know how to move on the dating scene. We need a balance of male and female. I thank you so much for saying that, Winnie, because for so long, my brothers And LaWade can attest to this. We either haven't had a voice, and certainly in this Me Too era, we feel like we can't say certain things. And then a lot of men just feel inadequate about, they know what they want to say, but they can't string it together. So I thank you for saying that, Winnie, because shows like Real Talk and LaWade show where he's talking politics, I thank you for saying that, because I hope that we are putting real faces out there from a male's perspective, and hopefully that we're being heard in a way that, hey, that's you don't have to agree with everything that we're saying, but hey, it's a different perspective. And LaWade, I'm going to give you your final thoughts here in a second. Finally, you said, say it again. Neither of us are perfect. Flaws make us human, sweetheart. That's the key to the vault right there. We are not perfect people. And so, LaWade, final thoughts on this Derrick Jaxn situation. What lessons do you take for this and take away, and you want the people to take away?
I take away. I leave with the people a quote that I've also said too in my charming days, that your imperfections make you perfect. Right? And so the imperfection that we learned, I hope we all understand that we've learned this, right? That we got to get out of our fantasy, right? I had to learn this too. It was very hard, right? We are not living in a different world. A phenomenal show, but you are not. I'm not Dwayne Wade. I didn't marry a Whitley Gilbert. There's no Ron Johnson. There's no, God, Chris Summers. There's none of that, right? We got to get out of that world. Meghan Markle is the only princess right now, Duchess, right? She somehow fell into that bag. Good for her, right? Piers, and this goes into Piers Morgan. Let it go, bro. Don't be a female dog your whole life. Just stop, right? So I hope we understand and we see exactly that we got to live in our reality. This is a world that was meant for us from your creator. If you believe in God or whoever it is that you believe in, your creator put you here. Understand that this world is for you. Nobody else is going to help guide this world for you but yourself and your creator. You can't listen to a human. I'm not saying, I may give you a word of advice and you can take it, and it could be that, or Lee can give it to you and you can take it. Do as you must. And that's the phenomenal thing about this world. You have a choice. Taking it, not taking it. Let it be that. Let it be known that that is what it is in this world, right? You run this world. This is your world. It ain't different than mine. I've just made probably a move here and there that you didn't make, or vice versa, right? Phenomenal. Great job for me. Great job for you. But you don't got to listen to these people. You don't got to let the Steve Harveys who got married 3 times, who used his platform. And he may have learned from those marriages, right? And he has a beautiful daughter, right? And y'all crashing her down. Let her live her life. But you don't got to listen to Steve Harvey and his strawberry letters. You don't got to, right? Not that he says it's like, oh my God, really? Like, he's giving his opinion. He doesn't know, okay? I mean, the list goes on and on. But, yo, this is y'all world, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies, look, trauma, I understand, right? Hurt, I understand. You are all beautiful. You're beautiful inside. You're beautiful on the outside. Yo, I'm going to tell you the truth right now. For a dude could see you as a 6 on the outside, but your personality be a 10, and you are like the baddest thing in the world for him. A chick could be a 10. A chick could be Rihanna and have a horrible attitude.
Absolutely.
And be like, oh, I don't want to be with her. She's bad though, but I want to be with her. Like, so look at it like that. It's not about your outside. It's your inside that draws us to it. And if that dude doesn't want you for your inside, then yo, keep him on the outside to the left.
Love it. Love it. I love everything LaWade had to say. I hope you guys play that back. There's a lot of nuggets in there for you to benefit from. I'm gonna say my lessons learned in the immortal words of the late great Bernie Mac. Stop believing what people tell you. Believe in yourself. Now that was my impersonation of a bad impersonation of Bernie Mac, and I didn't use any curse words with it. You know what I'm saying? But the message is what I want you to remember. Believe in yourself. It's okay to follow any of us. We got shows. I hope you follow and listen to LaWade when he's talking politics. I hope you follow me when I'm talking about relationships. Having said that, we're not experts. I'm just an opinionated SOB. I got a MBA in business and a BA in BS. That's not to say what I'm saying is wrong, but that's just to say that I'm giving you my educated opinion on what I think based on my personal life experiences. So I talked about that grocery store. When you shop me, when you shop Lawade, when you shop any of these shows, buy what you need, buy what you want, and make sure it's what you want. And you don't have to buy everything that everybody's selling, and you can still like us. So if you want to continue to follow Derrick Jaxn, fantastic. I'm not out here tonight trying to shoot that man's brand down. Bravo. I applaud him for what he's been able to build. I hope he's able to save it. But I am saying to you guys listening out there, take from it what you need and don't go into this blind following the blind, because he don't have any more answers, and it's being proven, than you do about what makes a relationship work. The truth of the matter is he's got a heavy task ahead of himself now. If he truly loves that woman, he's got some rebuilding to do. Actually, if what he did is true, he just gave her some get some stick free card out there. So whether she chooses to cash it in or not, that's up to her. She's not a bad looking woman. So with that being said, that's my take on the Derrick Jaxn drama. I hope you guys got something from this. I enjoy doing it for sure. And this is going to be something I'm going to do, just throw in extra content. I want to have Lawade back. This is my first time interacting with this brother. I like the way your mind works.
Appreciate
and
it.
So, hey, we're going to keep doing this. So before I close out, Lawade, tell people out there what you got going on, where they can find you at.
All right, you can find me on name social media. I don't hide myself, right? So anything I could say it by my name. But we here, Be the People. Let's see, 7 o'clock East Central Standard Time, 8 o'clock Eastern on Tuesdays. So catch me and my man Lawrence Sanders out, man. We talk politics, we educate, right? We just don't give we give the opinions with education. So come check us out, man.
I like that. I like that. I'll start tuning in myself, my brother.
Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. So if you guys know from me, for those that follow me, I'm trying to grow my audience. Real Talk for Real Men airs every Wednesday and Saturdays at 8 o'clock from 8 to 10. My Wednesday shows always tackle more serious topics. But like you said, Lawade, I try to be more than just a talking head. I try to bring something educational to the table. So for those you follow, you know how I get down. On Saturdays, we have some fun. The fact that anybody chooses to come and spend 2 hours with me on a Saturday, I want it to be something light, something fun, but also we're going to talk a little bit of relationships. And this is a new segment I'm going to be adding to the week. Like I said, it's going to be called Real Talk What's Up. We'll be talking about current events. I'll have one single guest on. It'll give us an opportunity to kind of get to know one another, for you to get introduced to another voice out there. And with that said, I hope you continue to tune in to all of our shows. And just remember, tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, my show is going to be on the metamorphosis of women. Be there. It's going to be good.
Ooh.
Yes, sir. And then on Saturday, every other Saturday, I have my all-male panel, which is called The Male's Point of View. Ladies, send in questions. Start sending them in now. There is no subject off the table. We answer any and all topics. And Lawade, I'm extending you an invitation, my brother. If you would like to be a part of that any one of these times, we handle questions from women. All you got to do is let me know, and we'd love to have you.
I'm there, man.
Yes, sir. So with that said, I want everybody to enjoy the rest of their evening. It's been another great edition of Real Talk. Everybody, peace and enjoy the rest of your night.